Our next story takes us to the heart of Murfreesboro. Just Love is a local cafe that's known for its award-winning coffee and welcoming atmosphere. But once you get inside, you discover there's a lot more to the story than just good coffee. Susan Watson explains.
It's 7 o'clock on a weekday morning. That's when the first customers begin pouring into Just Love for that initial cup of joe. Once inside, you can hear the particular commotion of a coffee shop in action. Beans grinding, espresso machine hissing, and customers making early morning banter over their steaming mugs. Today, Just Love is a hub of caffeine-fueled activity, popular for its specialty coffee, original menu, and relaxed vibe. But according to owner Rob Webb, this side of the coffee business wasn't always his cup of tea.
I never saw myself getting into restaurants because my grandfather owned restaurants and he told me it was like milking cows. It never ends.
The original vision for Just Love was big on heart, but much smaller in scale.
So back in the summer of 2008, when my wife and I decided to adopt, that was really the genesis of Just Love Coffee Roasters before I even knew that it was going to exist.
It's no coincidence that during this time, Rob was part of the family business, a coffee distribution company that his father had started back in 1976.
In the past, I had researched roasting coffee for the family business, Webb's Refreshments, and I couldn't really get that model to work, so I kind of couched that idea. And the light bulb came on after talking to some other adoptive families that maybe I could start a new company and go into specialty coffee, make my own brand, and help adoptive families at the same time. Most families are median income and adoptions are very expensive, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000.
The Webbs had decided to adopt their daughters from Ethiopia, and following a trip to meet the girls in 2009, there was no looking back.
Holding my girls for the first time was so powerful, and for that to be experienced by other families became extremely important to me.
Once back in the States, Rob experienced a renewed passion to help fellow adoptive families, so he purchased a small coffee roaster and created an online storefront. By the time his website went live, he already had 100 families signed up, and the orders just kept pouring in.
I was panicking because there were so many orders, there was no way I was going to be able to fulfill them the next day, and I was making a first impression with the business and I didn't know what I was going to do. So I called a college buddy of mine, Jason Smith. He had been roasting coffee at home for 10 years. We started ordering coffee and roasting and adding coffees and really just kind of learning the business.
Within a short period of time, they outgrew their original 800 square foot space and moved to their current location, eventually adding a coffee bar and hiring staff to keep up with the growing demand for their specialty coffees. Which brings us to the next question: what makes a specialty coffee, well, special?
What distinguishes us as a coffee roaster is us going out and finding not just the best beans that we can find, but beans that are picked in a sustainable way. Having two daughters from Ethiopia and having been there twice really brings that home, and it makes it very important to us to purchase responsibly from all the coffee farms.
And beyond that special commitment to quality and sustainability, it takes a good deal of know-how and a whole lot of passion to master that final product.
So I'm Jason Smith. I'm the roast master here at Just Love Coffee Roasters. There are certain characteristics that every coffee has, and you work towards getting those characteristics just the way you want them. It's very much of a marriage of craft and science. I tend a little more on the craft end of things, but ultimately, when the customer says, hey, that's a really great cup of coffee, you know you've nailed it.
It's that type of commitment to the science and craft of roasting that has made Just Love a 3-time finalist for Roast Magazine's prestigious Roaster of the Year award, not to mention a favorite among local connoisseurs.
I come here because I think they consistently have some of the best coffee I've had anywhere. Been to Seattle and Portland, places that are known for their coffee, and I just think time and time again, this place has some of the best that I've had anywhere.
From the Japanese-inspired pour-over, which forgoes the morning rush in favor of a slow brew, to their Italian-style espresso beverages, which are truly handcrafted works of art, Just Love offers an exotic, home-away-from-home drinking and dining experience. And if you're not terribly serious about coffee, well, the menu looks awfully good.
I wanted to lighten the seriousness of specialty coffee with something that was kind of fun in the food. And waffles are fun.
Whether you're looking for a healthy wrap grilled panini style, an omelet chock full of peppers, onions, sausage, and cheese, or just a classic waffle, it's on the menu.
What we do is kind of take a humble approach to specialty coffee and give our customers a reason to come back. And so it really comes down to the people that we bring onto the team. It's very, very important that we find people that have a passion for not just coffee, but the mission behind Just Love and helping adopted families and nonprofits.